Okay, we're about to get started. We are about to get started. And let's move over to here. Let's pull this down. For some reason this window is always shrunk a bit. There we go. There's the front door opening. Okay, let's see. I was in the middle of something. Tell me that you like it. Tell me something good. Okay, so all this plus this, I'm going to put here and save. Was it that simple? No way. Let me go over the playlist and see. Yeah, they're not all here yet, so. Oh, yes they are. Well, they're not in a right order, so let's fix that. Okay, that should do it. Let's go back to channel. Let's remove this section and let's add oh no, that's not what I wanted. I want to add that and I want to move it up here like that. And publish. And it's not going to be updated yet, but oh, that's barking downstairs. It was outside. Okay. So we are going to return to the land of characters. You may be surprised to know. Let's see, we did Son of River. Although I didn't fill in his habits and mannerisms for some reason. I think she's done, right? Yeah, I need to mark them a certain way so that way I know they're complete. That didn't really help me, did it? How do I... I make the labels show? That's gotta be maybe under preferences. What do you guys think of the dark theme? You think that's better on the eyes? It might be. Let's do the dark theme for now. But I'm putting labels, but for some reason I'm not seeing them. So let's see if I can figure out. Might have to Google it. What would my question be? Label colors not showing in Scrivener. Label colors not showing in Scrivener. Let's see if this will do it. It's not. Oh, I didn't change it. There we go. Okay. Now it's working. So purple means done, and then I will do what color? Mean not done. You think red is too much? I feel like red and purple are too close together, so let's change this from purple to green. I think I'll just do the dot instead of the background color. I think the dot works just fine. Okay, we did not do this. I should do a color for those that are not done. I mean, those that have not begun. That's what it is. Done. I don't think I did any of these, so let's just do a massive labeling like that. Let's move this over. Okay, so let's work on this for a tick. Now that I figured out how to show needed to see. Alright, and I have updated my YouTube channel. Sweet. I just need to create a thumbnail for Stonehaven Universe writing sessions, which I will do sometime in the future. I'm so excited. My 32-inch monitor is coming today. So that's going to be quite a shift for me. It's going to be 8 inches bigger than what I have currently in front of me. I might find I need to lean back when that one comes. Sometime between 12:30 and 4:30. So that means that tomorrow I will be streaming on that bad boy because I'm going to set that up today. And then hopefully by this weekend I will be back in my original office. I'm going to try to get flooring put in. I bought new flooring for my office, so I'm going to put flooring down with my wife. She's going to help me, and we're going to add some flooring, and then I'm going to struggle to move back into my office, and I'm gonna be ordering bookcases because it looks like bookcase shipments are back in style, back in business, which is very exciting. So I'm gonna be doing that. My YouTube video doesn't look too bad either. I think I'm gonna listen to some music while I work today. Let's shrink this away, I don't need it. Let's put this center for myself. Let's put on some music. Oh, I don't have... I just listen to the radio. Very simple. And my go-to station is classical WQXR, which is New York's classical music station. I've been listening to that since, maybe since I was a teenager. That's been my go-to classic music station. around for 40 minutes. I'm gonna go get some coffee and a donut for breakfast, and I will be back shortly. So I'm going to... I don't actually have a BRB screen set up because I haven't really configured OBS yet. Oh, hey Swiftness. Yeah, I'm just gonna go downstairs for just a quick min because I know that I'm really bad at getting up when I'm streaming, and I usually will sit for the entire like 3 hours, and it's not really good to do. So I'm gonna try to make more of an effort to get my butt off the seat. So I'm gonna mute myself and just turn my webcam off, and I'll be back in less than like 10 minutes. I shouldn't be gone very long. Okay, hopefully I wasn't gone too long. Whew, I forgot we have so much bread downstairs. So I didn't even get a donut. I got a croissant. Got my coffee. Oh. What time is it? Oh, I have to actually go on mute again because I have to take pills. So hold on 1 second. Well, oh, I should have brought up water. Damn. Okay, so I will be taking a break again shortly because when my water runs out, I'm gonna need to go get some. And it's nearing the bottom. Nothing beats a warmed up croissant. I'll just have a donut later. Okay. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Oh gross. Oh dear. I spilt on my work laptop. Oh shoot, 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 shoot. When did this happen? Oh crap, crap, crap. hopefully it'll be okay. Oh, gross, 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 gross. And you know, when I went downstairs, I looked at this thing and I said, you really should take it downstairs, Erica, so that it doesn't spill. And guess what happened? Okay, it spilled. It caused, hopefully, no real damage. Oh my god. Okay. Hmm. So much to do, so much to see, so much more. For some reason, habits and mannerisms for characters is the hardest question to answer, yet it's, I feel, the most crucial question to answer because it is how you distinguish one character from another. I mean, language and the way a person speaks and how they, really how they speak is one way, but another without speaking is how they, things they do, bite their nails, they always, scratch their elbow, or, they speak with their hands very animatedly. There are so many kinds of habits and mannerisms to have. I almost feel like when I have to answer this question, I'm going to become very tropey in that, you can think of the real easy ones, like the ones I just said, right off the top of your head. So you end up falling back on those. And so before you know it, you look at the habits and mannerisms of all your characters and you can see that you use the same 5 for like 40 characters. And it's like, wait, that doesn't work. I wonder if there's a book on habits and mannerisms or a website that lists them so that I'm not feeling like a total moron that I can only think of like those. But then there are some habits and mannerisms that you don't realize are habits until you think about it, because a habit can also be like saying the same phrase, right? Like Urkel from Family Matters always says, "Did I do that?" Like that would be considered like a habit that he can't help but say all the time, right? So it doesn't have to be a thing you do. It could be a thing you say, the way you say it. You know, the fact that you might, wear a button-up shirt and you always have the top 3 buttons unbuttoned, or you always have it buttoned all the way to the top button, and that's just a habit, whether it's 100 degrees out or 20 degrees out, you always wear the same jacket, the same coat. Let's see. List of I knew I'd find something somewhere. 150 plus powerful character mannerisms to define your character. I do have the emotion thesaurus. However, due to the extreme shortage of wood and also bookcases, I have been unable to unpack my books since I moved into my brand new house in since I packed them up. So I packed them up in July, August. So I have been living without my books since last summer. And my hope is I'm going to order, like I said, I'm finally going to get the chance to order bookcases. I don't know how long they're going to take. I'll find out when I put the order through. But hopefully they will arrive before June, so that way it will not have been a full year that I've been without my books. But I have the emotion thesaurus. I just don't have it within reach, and there's no way that I'd be able to find it in the mountain of 60 book boxes that I currently have in what's going to be my library. When I'm able to get the bookcases and put them together and then unpack the boxes and then put the books, it's just going to be a lot. It's just going to be a lot. If I can just get the bookcases here, that will... that will be just what I need to motivate me to build the damn bookcases and then unpack all of my boxes. Yeah, that's what's her name's website, right? Or maybe I'm thinking of the wrong person. Who does the outlining novel and then has the workbook that goes with it. Maybe that's not her website. Maybe her website is something else. Oh, let's see. Yeah. I know. Okay, here we go. Speech mannerisms. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. She does have a site. Yeah, but her site I think is an even longer title, right? It's not like it's writers helping writers to publish novels daily. It's like some really long really long website. I follow her her podcast. I have all of her books. The one on characters. I think she has two books on writing a novel, outlining, and she has 2 workbooks, and I have both of those. But again, all of my, I guess you would call them reference books for writing, they're all lovingly packed away. What can you do? Characteristic noises. Oh, I like that. Like whistling or humming. Yes, I forgot. See, this is why this is good to look at. Physical mannerisms like tilting your head. Hair twirling. Scratching the head. Yep. Okay. This is going to be good for me to have. I might actually just copy this. I might just need to, this is like 150. How different is that from this one that's 165? Oh, this one categorizes them. Like a confident person would wear vivid, loud colors. Crack knuckles, stands out among a crowd, right? Oh, I like this list too. Okay, this one might be too much. Yeah, I don't need a list of 500. What am I? I only have like but so many characters. And I don't want them, like, it's okay if there's some overlap on the habits and mannerisms. I just don't want it to be so obvious that I'm picking 5 habits and I'm spreading them through my 40 characters. That's what I don't want. But I also don't want the habit to be something that's so overused by that character that the reader then realizes that I'm putting too much emphasis on making sure that they understand that this is the character's habit. So for Son of Oak, he is actually shy and he lacks confidence, which is the section that I happen to be in on this website, which is someone who is shy and or lacking confidence. So picking something that's obviously relevant to the present, like this has like wears headphones or hats often. That would not work for me since I am in a fantasy world where there is no such thing as headphones. There are hats, but these people don't wear hats because they are a tribal community. And the men don't wear anything on their heads. The women do. But they wear a headdress or a hood. If you're an elder, keeps hands in pockets would not work for me because they don't wear pants. They wear clothing. These are not like tribal people who walk around naked. I'm thinking something like see, it's weird. He is shy, but he's also he's a very large individual. So while he is shy, there is a sense of confidence just because of his size. Like he can't avoid that because he's one of the larger men of the tribe, standing at 6'5", and like broad shoulder. He's built like The Rock. I basically wrote that he's built like Dwayne Johnson, like muscles on muscles, big dude. Like put The Rock in like Tarzan clothing and that would be this character, Son of Oak. I am getting so many text messages about UPS arriving today. Like, I know they're coming. Good Lord. Oh, okay. Let's do this. Moves quickly from one task to another. I like that one because he really is very skilled. This is one of my most unique characters in many ways because he's a grown man, but he's still goes by Son of Oak, meaning that he never actually went through the ceremony of assigning, because just before his ceremony was coming up, he fell from a tree and was basically unconscious for a long time, for several months actually. He was in, like, you could say, a comatose state until he woke up. But when he woke up, he was different. He was very childlike, almost like he forgot how old he is. So while he was, 15 at the time, when he woke up, it was almost like he was 10 or even younger than that. So he's aged differently, he's learned differently, but he's now like a full grown man. He's, I think I have him in his early 40s. Yeah, he's 42. But, and even though he does know a lot, he doesn't speak like a full adult, and so he's very quiet and shy, because he knows that when he talks, it's the way he says things is different from even the other younger boys in the tribe and the men as well. But that doesn't mean he's not probably the best gatherer that they have, and he is. He's really good at what he does, and so I think the habit of moves quickly from one task to another is a good one, because he likes to keep himself busy. If, as long as he keeps himself busy, then he doesn't hear the rude comments that are made about him by the other tribe members. He's out doing things, so he's away from the sniggering and the bullying and all of that stuff. So that would be, I think, a really good mannerism / habit for him to have. Is, let me write that down before I forget. From one task to another. Good coffee. Good sweet coffee. Notifications on my phone sometime. Hold on 1 second. Oh dear, oh dear. Maybe I need to open my other thing. And now that I think about it, the people who did the Emotion Thesaurus, don't they have like 3 books? Because I feel like I have more than just that one. Like I have 1 or 2 other ones that they've done because the covers look the same. Okay, let's get rid of this. That can stay. And let's get rid of this. Okay, let me quit this. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. They have like an entire series of stuff. I think I bought them. I feel like I bought them from the Writer's Digest website. I could be wrong, but I feel like because there was a bunch of books that I bought from that website. Although now I don't know what they're doing. Like they're changing it from being a website that sells and offers like print books to like I don't even know. It looks like they're gearing more towards like purchasing courses than they are about selling books that they're publishing themselves. So it's just I don't go to Writer's Digest shop anymore. It's not what it was before many moons ago. Publishers Clearinghouse. My God, I haven't heard of that name since I was a teenager. So over 20 years ago. 25 years ago? How old am I? God, let me think for a second. Okay, Erica, how old are you? Yeah, that would be almost 25 years ago. Yeah, I've been subscribed to Writer's Digest for a while. I'm actually subscribed to quite a few writing magazines. I'm subscribed to one called, it's actually right here because the newest issue I think came out like a week ago. This one called The Writer. So I'm subscribed to them. I'm subscribed to Writer's Digest. What other magazines do I have here? Oh, no, it's not about that. I think that is that the latest Writer's Digest, and I'm also subscribed to Mad Magazine. When they came back into publication, I was like, oh my god, I need to get Mad Magazine. I love, that's probably the only magazine that I literally read from cover to cover. Like, I will sit down for 2 hours and I will just read it from cover to cover and laugh my ass off. That's probably the only magazine that I do that with. But I also have this other one called the Sunday Post. I think that's what it's called. It's one of the oldest magazines still in publication. The Sunday Evening Post, I think that's what it's called. And I think like Norman Rockwell was one of their main cover illustrators for them at the time, because I think they did like a special anniversary that was like the best covers that he illustrated for them. Okay, without a mother or father, son of oak had the elders and shaman. Was raised by me. Okay, let's look at some external conflicts. Okay, Son of Oak is done. I actually wrote more for him than I did for my main character. I only wrote like 750 words for my main character, and I wrote 1100 words for Son of Oak. Now, what do I put when I'm done? Green. Okay. Which is understandable because I when I originally was thought up of this storyline, I typically will spend more time building the backstory of the surrounding characters than the main character, and that's because I like having a complement of characters that only serve to bolster the main character and put them in a better light. I also realize that the main character is the one that's got the arc of change, and so I want to discover that as I go along with the story, and I don't want to technically have their story, their, beginning issues, how they solve them, and where they end up until like right at the beginning. I don't want that, but I do want that for all the other characters. Like, I want to have a clear understanding for everyone but Son of River as to what are their problems, how are we going to solve them, and what growth does that bring. So for everyone else, I'm likely going to have their character sheets are likely going to be longer than his, or than whoever my main character turns out to be, because like I said, I want to leave a little vagueness, leave myself room to realize, like, oh, okay, this is where, this is what their internal conflict was here, but really it's much broader and much deeper than that as I, progress with either the first book or into the second, the third book. Things change over time. Okay, so now who do I want to do next? I have to do all of these. Before I will, well, not just those, but I also have to do these down here. So I've got quite a bit of character sheets to do, and then after I do all these character sheets, then I'm going to do some like location stuff, because I need to. I feel like there's a better way for me to get. Let's see. Interesting. Oops, what did I do? Doing all caps. Oh, I forgot. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Yeah, I think these are all of the locations that are going to be used in the entire series, because we're really not traveling further than, like, there's the mountain. So there's one half of the mountain, there's the split between the mountain, and then there's the other side of the mountain. And then on one side of it is the eternal forest, which is almost covers the expanse of the split, just not the split with, like, within the middle of the mountain. Then there's a river that's nearby. Beyond the eternal forest is a village, and within the village is a specific marketplace that is frequented by both of the tribes. But otherwise, they're not going anything beyond that. And on the other side of the mountain, I think based on the map, it's just water. It's a body of water, so I might include that. The ocean that's there on the other side of the mountain, but I have to figure that out, because I thought I knew where this mountain was, but I think I'm, like, mistaken, and I'm gonna have to, which is good because I could technically put it now wherever I want, but now I need to figure out where do I want to put it and be very clear, because in the Fifth Compass series there is the second book called Eternal Forest, so I need to make sure that wherever I put it, that keep in mind that this mountain, this, the Kinnaman Mountain, which is split in half and all of that stuff, that's at least present in the Fifth Compass story in some way, even if it's just mentioned as, like, the largest mountain is that way, that sort of thing. I just need to make sure that it's not put in a place that's so far away that the Fifth Compass never even gets that far, never travels that far, so it wouldn't work. Especially because I really want the Eternal Forest to be there, because there will be an obvious common enemy between the Varish tribe and the Tychor tribe, which is the Non, who live in the Eternal Forest, and who have wanted to leave the forest and kind of live either in the split or up in the mountains, but have been unsuccessful in doing so because of the two tribes that are there, that are kind of equally as responsible for keeping this group of the Non in the Eternal Forest, the same way the village kind of and the kingdom kind of pushed them in there, which I think I should probably also mention now that I'm saying that. I need to at least include, because this is all in, there are I think 7 or 9 kingdoms at present in this present time of Stonehaven. And so one of those kingdoms is where this specific village is, and it's this kingdom that basically the ruling king at the time sequestered the Non to be in this general area. So, ooh, someone just came on the Twitch of the Twitchies. The Twitchies. Hold on one second, I just got distracted like a squirrel when I saw something pop up on my cell phone. Boop, 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 boop. I get easily distracted, like in the middle of a sentence, out the corner of my eye. I saw something on my phone, I was like, oh, go look at the thing. Go do the thing. Okay. I kind of want to put ocean in here, but I really don't know if that's what's going to be on the other side of this vast mountain, or if it really is just going to be like another kingdom, because originally this mountain was going to be almost like one, like a side, a border between one kingdom and another, and so there was going to be another kingdom on the other side, but depending on which kingdom I put this in, that may or may not end up being a thing. So I don't know, and I may or may not like redraw my universe entirely. So it's just a great many things that will be possibilities. And writing this story is making me realize just how much I have to solidify that. Like I can't just move forward and not know where this is, because it has implications in other stories. So if I put it in the wrong place, I could end up screwing myself in many ways. I don't know why. Oh yeah, okay. Never mind. Open sesame. Okay. Sesame has opened. And I will move this over here. So this, I'm going to show it in a second. Just hold on. I have to just switch windows to, I think, this. Yes. Okay, so here is a cleverly drawn map of my world. Okay. And so originally this portion was all that I had. So let me zoom in. So when I first created Stonehaven, it was actually called Shadow Realm. Okay, I changed it from Shadow Realm to Stonehaven, but when I first created it, literally this was all that the map was, not counting Dragonwood or Shelmar. Like these two bodies of land were not here, but like Ashmar, Gaspar, Diamar, this is misspelled. I don't know what the hell happened here, but it should actually be Ebonthorn. Like there should not be that R, like Ebornthorn. I don't know what happened, but it should be Ebonthorn, Nightthorn, Praetor, and Malathorn. So this was it. So when I said there was like 7 kingdoms, originally Diamar, even though there's this body of water here, was one thing. Just this whole area was just Diamar, but it's silly to have it be Diamar and Diamar 2. It was kind of like a joke that I did back in 2019. That likely will not be what it's called when they decide to separate. There used to be a bridge that went from one side to the other, and they burned the bridge down when there was a bit of an issue, but that's a historical story for another day. But then I kind of went crazy, and before I knew it, I went from that little bit of stuff, changed it from Shadow Realm to Stonehaven, and then this whole world kind of came into being. Now, if you were to turn this into a globe, into a sphere-like situation, because this is all going to be on like planet Earth, lowercase e, like the planet. If you kept going beyond Hobnail here, this like boot-looking thing, you would basically end up over here in North Bell. So there is a border here where, you know, going this way would take you and lead you to Hobnail, etc., like that sort of thing. But so I decided to zoom out a bit and realize there was a lot more to the world than I even realized myself as I was doing this. And then I loved the names of the locations, and I came up with different kinds of stories that could be happening in these areas. So I don't intend on rolling back on it, but the 5th compass takes place in Gaspar, this thing down here which almost looks like a cat. Every time I show this to people, they say they see a cat like sitting here with the head here, and here's like the paws of the cat, and Gaspar makes up like the butt of the cat. So it's good. So this is where the fifth compass takes place. However, because it's a pirate story, there is moments in time when they are in the water. They are literally on a ship and they're sailing, and what ends up happening is they're sailing this way, and they end up, yeah, you see the cat, right? So they end up around this area here, which is between Nightthorn and Ebonthorn. And so originally the Eternal Forest was going to be, because in Ebonthorn they meet a specific character who's very important to the Fifth Compass story, and so the Eternal Forest was actually supposed to be the border, but I'm thinking of changing it and putting the mountain as like right here, where the mountain goes from like more like right here, because Prador is its own special breed of area. So the mountain wouldn't go as far as Prador, but that the Eternal Forest would still be here. Like along this borderline would be the forest, but then the split would be like right here of the mountain, and there would be one side of the mountain which would be like on the Nightthorn and Malithorn side, and then the other side of the mountain would be on like the Ebonthorn, again Malithorn side, which would put like the other side as Malithorn instead of this body of water, because originally I was just going to shift this down so that the mountain was here. But here's my issue with that, because that would mean that they would technically be in a not nice area, because Malithorn is where a lot of the bad people go. So if you're a thief, if you're a killer, a murderer, if you're a con man, if all of the seedy, shady people kind of congregate in this big area here of Malithorn, and so it wouldn't be conducive to have the two tribes coming into a village where they would instantly not be appreciated, or no one would barter with them. No one would, if they did, they would barter and trade things that were not of good quality or anything like that. So I couldn't in good faith put the mountain here, because I've already decided what kinds of people inhabit each of these kingdoms here, and what kind of people they are, and all of that stuff. Prador is very prosperous. They have stone structures and granite, and like everything looks like gold and silver, and it's beautiful. It's like, think of the Roman Empire. Like everything is so clean and white and pure and amazing, and everyone who lives there are all hoity-toity. The elite of the elite basically is Prador, and so the tribes would stand out like a sore thumb if they went into Prador to do trading or anything like that. They would not have the right attire or anything else. However, in Nightthorn and in Ebonthorn, it would be whatever, because both areas have marketplaces. Both areas, one deals in textiles and clothing, and the other one in weaponry like swords and shields, bows and arrows, things like that. So Nightthorn and Ebonthorn work out perfectly for this tribe in terms of going down into the village, doing the trading and all of that stuff. And there's actually a lot of trading that goes on between these 3 areas and Gaspar, but Gaspar hates Praetor so much, so much so that what ends up happening is Gaspar would rather buy their whatever they need in terms of, you know, the goods that Praetor produces. They would rather buy it for more money from Nightthorn and Ebonthorn than go straight to the source themselves and get it for cheaper. And Praetor knows that, and they don't care. So what they do is they sell cheaply to Ebonthorn, so the stuff travels all the way there, and then what Ebonthorn does is they turn around and they sell the stuff that they know Gaspar needs, and they usually double or triple the price. Just because they know that they could get away with it, because the king there is so arrogant in Gaspar, and so he's an absolute tyrant. The kingdom of Gaspar, the king who's there right now, is an absolute tyrant, and he could easily send his ships, right, which used to happen back before he became king. They would send their ships up this coastal line here, and they would come around and they would dock in Praetor, and they would get all that they needed, and then they'd turn around and come back and bring it home, and it wouldn't cost as much as it costs them now. So, you know, taxes are high in Gaspar. They're having a drought right now. Like, you know, people are not happy because of the way things are going, and that's what brings along the need of like a Robin Hood type character in a female pirate by the name of Silverblade. So she was supposed to be the queen of Gaspar. Like, technically the lineage was supposed to go to her in the lineage, but she decided as a teenager that she was going to run away, and she wanted to be a pirate. She did not want to rule a kingdom, and so she left. And she did. She successfully became the most hated female pirate in all of Stonehaven. Many of the kings in the kingdoms do not like her, do not like what she does, which, like I said, she's like Robin Hood, so she steals from the rich. And what she'll do is she'll sneak the money that she steals from the rich and come back to her home, to the home that she was born and raised in, and give that money to the poor, so that they can afford to pay their taxes and not be kicked out, etc., etc. Because if you can't stay in Gaspar and like do farming, Gaspar is known for farming, so they farm like corn and wheat, and things like that. Like, that's what Gaspar is known for because of the soil that's there. It's very rich in nutrients and what have you. So that's basically what they do. They have farm animals and they do farming, and so they trade, you know, meat, eggs, fruits, vegetables, those sort of things, to Ebonthorn that does the textile stuff, and then Nightthorn, which does the weaponry stuff. They have a lot of like blacksmiths and all of these cool kinds of things, and they make a whole bunch of stuff. So that's what the trading happens there. And then in Praetor is like plates, and like cups and silver, and, you know, things like that. Things that are ornate but everyday use items is what Praetor creates and sells. And they also do their own clothing as well, because they have a way of making very vibrant colors that Ebonthorn just doesn't have. They create clothing, but they create clothing for like the middle lower class. They create clothing that's like shades of browns and grays, and beige, whereas Praetor, their clothing is like red and purple and blues. They have very bright, vibrant colors, yellows, and stuff like that. So as you can see, I spent a lot of time in these areas. I do know what happens in the other areas, and what story in the future will happen in other areas, but because like this big area here was where I mostly started, like my first sketch, which looks really bad. I probably don't even have it anymore because it was just so absolutely horrifying. Where's the one that I drew? Oh, wait. Yeah, I honestly don't think I kept it because I thought it. Oh, here it is. Okay, I did keep it. Oh man, this takes me back. So, this little bad boy right here is where it all began. You see how beautiful my artwork is? So I went from this to this, which I would say is a whole lot better. But like I said, originally, this is how I had it. You see the Eternal Forest is here. It's literally, and things are kind of moved around a bit. Prador had much more land mass. Where Malithorn is now, which was taking up this whole spot right now, originally it was divided in half. Nightthorn on one half and Malithorn on the upper half. A lot of things changed. Gaspar is down here. As you can see, the names changed. It was originally Shell Ridge, Ash Ridge, and then Diamar with the Deadland Mountains here. The Demon Dolphin is here. This was so that I would know where the five books for, well, not the 5 books, the 6 books for the 5th Compass series was going to take place. So that's really what this was for. Daxton, the first book, is down here. And what happens is he makes his way this way from the castle through the Arctic slope to the Serpent's Head, which is right where the docks are. They get on the boat, on the ship. They end up coming this way. The second book is the Eternal Forest, where they end up then in Ebenthorn. They pick up Adelaide, who's here. Riven is here. There's a scene in the marketplace that's here. They end up at a place called Reaper's Walk, which is a really terrifying place. That's where you go to die, basically. If you're a drunkard, if you've got nothing, no money, no prospects, no anything, like Reaper's Walk is literally just littered with druggies who are a stone's throw away from just death. And that's what Reaper's Walk is, and it smells like death. And then we get to the third book, which is Lyrian, right here, where we meet the psychotic Mer Queen and the demon dolphin that she's created, which then leads us to the 5th book, which is the 5th book? No, 3, the 4th book, Grave Bay, which then takes us through Prador and all of this stuff. And then we end up, it's almost like you could see we're going full circle here. And then we end up around this area here, which is, what's her name? Solara, which at the time was called something else. I can't even read my own handwriting. But Solara is in this general area here with these mountains. I forget what these mountains are supposed to be called. And then we end up at the end where we encounter Woodvale. That's what this W is with the square. That's Academy of Woodvale is kind of hiding here. We end up through Nightthorn, which then takes us where these cross skull and bones are to basically the penultimate 6th book, where a huge battle and fight ensues, and it's the end of the book, and they return back to the docks, the end. And that's the end of the 6 books. But I didn't have anything beyond this. Like, this was all I had, because I just needed a bit for for the 6 books, and the pirate hangs out here. Silverblade hangs out here with these crossbows, which is why there's another issue with Gaspar. They really just can't even cross these waters because she's here. So if Praetor tries to come this way, she will steal the ships, steal what's on the ships, and then divvy them up to the poor. If Gaspar tries to come up this way, same thing. She controls these waters with several ships that she commandeers and that fly her under her flag. And so what happens is Praetor is forced to take a lot longer to send things to other areas because of the fact that she controls these waters. So the common enemy of the enemy for Praetor and Gaspar is Silverblade. Anyway, enough of that. I'm going to switch scenes back because I want to look at my internet, and I can't do that on that scene. I can't do it on that scene. Whoa, what happened here? Oh, reset. It's reset. Oh, I did not drink all my coffee. feel like I'm constantly shifting in this chair. One thing about listening to the radio is you end up with commercials. Commercials. Is it? Apparently it's 54 degrees in the city. Sunny in the city. His fingers grow long, as do his limbs. Let's see. What is my... Oh. What's happening here? Thanks for looking. And it's a fairly new process. I don't always do it this way, but I'm choosing to do it this way this time. So I will just phrase it that way. But enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. I will be back here tomorrow morning. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Okay, so now I have finished talks, so I can change this to green. Yep, and it's more words than Son of River. Let's see, who do I want to do next? Everything below, like, Elder Cloud, all of these people are not going to take me a long time because they're not that relevant to the story. They're important to the story, but not, like, so important that they would need me to take up, like, more than a couple hundred words to write out their character sheet. So I feel like I should stay above Elder Cloud and do these first. Let's do Daughter of Serene. She's important, however, you know, spoiler alert, she gets assassinated before the end of book 1, so as important as she is, she doesn't make it very far. Now, here's the part. She has to be older than him, so I'm gonna make her 16. Okay, why do you keep scrolling down there? Ugh. Can't believe it's 10:30. So I've got 30 minutes left. Yep. Oh. Trying to decide if I'm gonna hang out up here, if I'm gonna go downstairs and then come back up here. So many options. Just reminded myself of something I wanted to do fairly quickly. Come on. What? You know you got it. It makes you feel good. I have so many domain names that every once in a while I go through them and I'm like, okay, yeah, do I still need this one? Probably not. So I'm shutting off the renewal on like half of the ones that I have. I've been meaning to do it for a while. I just can't help myself. Like right now I have 1, 2, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And I just now am letting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 13 go, so I'm going to be left with 8. Which is still a lot, but is that right? go downstairs. Actually, you know what? No, I'm just gonna wait for the 30 minutes, and then I'll go down. Let me decide. He's gonna type this first. Come on. I think I might spend these last like 30 minutes deciding if I'm gonna go downstairs and remain down there for the remainder of the day, and or at least until my desktop comes, and then I'll come upstairs and hook that sucker up. Okay, this is right. Excellent. So now oh, here we go. I wonder if there's a way to force. I think there is. Just gotta figure out. registered. Okay, looks like everything is done. Okay, I'm going to see what my meeting schedule looks like today, and then sign off and export some spreadsheets and things, and then move downstairs. I don't want to be sitting in this chair anymore. Okay, my computer is like slowing down, so let me end the stream so that I can see if that's what's causing the hang up here. Because I can't get it to move at a normal cadence like I expect it to. Yeah, I'm gonna go get some stretching in and transfer downstairs, but I have to like export things from my work computer and etc., etc. I just wanted to see what my meeting schedule looks like for today before I do that. If I can get my calendar to open up. I know I have a meeting this evening, but I just want to make sure that's all I have here. Yeah, that's that 5 o'clock. Okay. Let's see, what do I look like for the rest of the week? So tomorrow I have a meeting at 5:30, and then let me delete this. Yes, delete this occurrence. Yeah, Thursday I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 meetings that end at 6:30. And then, oh, I have a meeting on Friday. Meet to review completed. Abbott. Okay. Oh, Lord, give me strength. Okay. That's what I needed to see because I know Thursdays just really suck for me. That's why I don't stream on Thursdays anymore as of this week, because Thursdays is just anywho. Alright, I will be back tomorrow morning with my brand new big monitor, which will be exciting. Otherwise, let me turn my heater off. Everyone have a lovely rest of your Tuesday, and I will catch you guys